rumors leading up told us that it was going to be a convergent form of Sinistea. Let's find out if it's true. All right, so kicking off today's Pokemon reveal, there are two little trailers for us to watch. One is like a story type trailer, and the second one is a gameplay reveal trailer. So we're gonna live react to those, and then we're gonna give you guys the full breakdown on this brand new Pokemon. All right, this is it, the haunting tale of Poltchageist. Brand new Pokemon. I do like when they do this kind of marketing where they're, you know, kind of showing off a little bit more of the story and kind of how it equates to the real world. And this, of course, is taking place in Kitakami. Got some sweet tunes.
Children. Tonight, we gather as the shadows fall to bring you an exciting, astonishing show.
What do we got here?
Is a mysterious and haunting tale about a Pokemon.
Ah, a mysterious and haunting tale about a new Pokemon.
Once upon a time, there was a tea master who dedicated his life to perfecting the art of the tea ceremony.
Ah,
And
the
his
tea ceremony.
pursuit of perfection bordered on obsession.
This is what the people who visited the World Championships got to do, is the tea ceremony.
Do not speak while handling the utensils. What are you doing? Strictness soured his
Jeez.
reputation. Eventually, not a soul would suffer his company. And without guests to entertain, his pursuits were meaningless. Regret is a bitter sip. As the tea master said this, he fainted from exhaustion. His short temper proved to be his undoing, a truth he never realized. The
What's gonna
master's
happen?
tea caddy passed from owner to owner, until finally, after many years of neglect, the tea caddy started moving on its own and suddenly transformed. The caddy then flew out of its storehouse. After some looking around, it noticed an ill-mannered woman and approached her. As the caddy sprinkled her with matcha for some reason, she sensed its presence and waved it away, breaking a teacup in the process. Let me tell you, that really teed it up. Its temper rivaled the old tea master's. Later that night, the woman noticed her skin now possessed a peculiar glow.
So it uses its green tea powder to heal people, it seems, but it did not like having that teacup get broken.
But the glow was short-lived, for trouble was brewing.
Oh boy.
The matcha steeped in her life force sapped some of her strength as it returned to the caddy.
You know this thing's gonna get
How
sap sipper.
terrifying. Then it began sealing up cracks with its matcha, starting with the broken phone. Then a power outlet, some headlights, even Tinkaton's hammer. The tea caddy in this story is, in fact, the grass and ghost type Pokemon, Poltchageist.
Poltchageist. And they said it was grass and ghost type.
People say the tea master's regret still dwells in this caddy. Should you ever meet it, a proper greeting may save you from a bitter fate.
Don't spill the tea.
Tea Micha! Right then. Now in the land of Kitakami, parents tell their kids, if you waste your food, Poltchageist will sprinkle you with matcha. Even flavoring things with matcha is forbidden there. Huh? Wasn't this chipped? Oh, wait. It's been sealed? Oh no. My skin is glowing. Just fine.
Jeez. Might want to call the local authorities on this thing. My dude's sucking all the life force out of these kids. Pokemon went dark on us, man. He gave us a little wink. All right, so that is the haunting tale of Poltchageist, but we do have another video to take a look at, which is like the gameplay reveal. All right, so this is a spooky sighting from the hidden treasures of Area 0. There it is. Poltchageist. A Pokemon from the land of Kitakami. Grass and Ghost. Yeah, it's gonna have like Absorb, Mega Drain, Sap Sipper. Maybe, I don't know if it would get Spore. Spore would actually potentially make it really nuts. And of course they show it with Sinistea, and then they mention the release date of the 13th, and then the winter release date for the Indigo Disc. And then they're just kind of promoting some of their other stuff here. So nothing too crazy. I think that's probably it. Yep, just all promos and stuff. So pulling up the Pokemon website, there's a handful of things that we can cover here. Poltchageist, it may resemble Sinistea at a glance, but Poltchageist is actually an entirely different species of Pokemon. This falls in line with things like Tentacool and Toedscruel, as well as Diglett and Wiglet. It is the Matcha Pokemon, it's Grass and Ghost, 2.5 pounds roughly, and it has an ability called Hospitality, and we'll get to that in a second. Though ecologically similar to Sinistea, it's completely different Pokemon. Poltchageist is a swirl pattern similar to the one that's known to be Sinestea's weak point. However, one thing that sets these species apart is that Poltchageist swirl is not its weak point. After a target is sprinkled with some of Poltchageist's powdery body or eats food dusted with it, Poltchageist drains their life force and absorbs it as energy. I wonder if it's gonna have another ability that kind of is like Effect Spore in a way, but maybe kind of heals based off of that. It lives in old houses and may even patch up broken tableware. Poltchageist has a liking for old houses and may make it home by them. By day, it remains still in cool, dark places, but once the sun sets, it begins to prowl around towns and their outskirts. It sometimes mends cracks of broken things in homes where it's taken up residence. Poltchageist may even take upon itself to repair broken tableware. Its new ability is called Hospitality, and it's introduced in the DLC. A Pokemon with this ability enters a battle. It showers its ally with Hospitality, restoring a small amount of the ally's HP. And I can already think of a few different instances of how this could be relevant, potentially utilizing something like Shell Smash and Baton Pass to boost up your stats, switch out, and then switch back in to heal the Pokemon that you just gave all those boosts to, right? So that's one of the first things that comes to mind. But I think there's some other use cases for this as well, just in terms of if it does get an evolution. Obviously, Sinistea has one in Polteageist, so it's possible that Poltchageist is going to get an evolution, or maybe it's just a single stage. In both the situation of Diglett and Wiglet, and Toedscruel and Tentacool, they did have evolutions, and they also shared the base stats of the other Pokemon. So it's possible Poltchageist is actually the second stage. I think it's probably the first stage. It's possible that it evolves. It's a little unclear there because it is a kind of regional fake Pokemon, but something to look forward to. So my first take on this is I think it looks okay. It's definitely not my personal favorite design, and they've also done a lot of Grass and Ghost Pokemon, it seems, lately. When you think of like going back to Gen 6, I guess, so like Trevenant and Decidueye and Gourgeist and Brambleghast, and I just feel like there's been a lot of Grass and Ghost Pokemon in the franchise lately, but they're gonna add another one, and you know, my take on it is not one that's like blown away. I think it's, you know, fitting for the region, and I think the regional fake idea is cool, where they're kind of reimagining Pokemon with different abilities and stuff like that. This is probably my least favorite of them, though, I would say. Of the three that we've seen so far, I much prefer like Toedscool and Toedscruel and, you know, Wiglet and Wugtrio a little bit more than Poltergeist. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this one, and obviously the DLC is just a few weeks away, so let's get hyped for that. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.